Have you been thinking about selling your home, but you're not sure whether you should list right away or be subject to sale? Selling your home and purchasing a new one at the same time can be a really stressful situation to navigate. You may be wondering, is it better to sell first or buy with a subject to sale condition? Today, I want to discuss with you the benefits and drawbacks of each option. While it will largely depend on the market, it's also situational and really depends on what you are looking for and what you are comfortable with. So let's chat about that a little bit, and by the end of the video, hopefully you will feel a little bit more confident about what your best option may be. And do make sure that you stick around to the end because I have a special gift just for you. So what is a subject to sale condition? A subject to sale means that you can make an offer to buy a home that is subject to the sale of your own home by a certain date. If you cannot sell your home by the specified date, the contract is no longer binding and you are able to back out of the purchase. This sounds like a really safe deal, right? I mean, you've written your offer on a home and you don't sell yours and then it just falls apart. You don't have to worry about anything. Hands off. Okay, no problem. It certainly has some benefits. The idea is that you safely have your next home lined up before selling your own home, and you therefore avoid the fear of having nowhere to live. And you could take as long as you want to shop for your next home without having a specific timeline hanging over you. However, I would argue that more often than not, the downsides of subject to sale outweigh the benefits. Almost all sellers that will be looking at your offer, especially in a busy market, will require a time clause, which gives them the option to give you a 48 to 72 hour notice, usually 48 hours, at any time to complete the contract, or they can terminate the deal. So say that you love the home. You're absolutely and totally in love with it, and you're so excited that you get to move into this home as soon as your home sells. That's great. But here's the kicker. If someone walks in with another offer that is not subject to sale and the seller likes it, that's when they can drop that clause that you have 48 hours to sell your home or you're done. This can be really upsetting if you've loved the home, and it can make it really tough on you because it can happen 2, 3, 4 times or more before you actually finally, even in a slow market, reliably get your hands on a home by the time that you're sold. Because let's be honest, with subjects and everything else, 48 hours, especially if you don't have an accepted offer, it's just not going to happen. You're probably not going to be able to sell your home within that time unless you get really, really, really lucky and someone makes an offer subject free. On top of that, in order to try and secure the deal in the first place and get that accepted offer for the home you were trying to buy, you may actually have to offer more money than other buyers will in order to get your offer accepted in the first place, and then to keep sellers interested in keeping your offer instead of invoking the time clause. Even after acceptance, they might renegotiate with you and say, hey, if you give me more money, then I won't take this other offer instead. And because at any time the sellers can invoke the time clause and deliver you a 48-hour notice to complete the contract, you also might have to rush your own home sale and possibly accept a lower offer on your home so that you don't lose the next purchase and have to start over again. So to put those two things together, you're paying more money to get the seller to accept your offer and or not to invoke the time clause. And then you're also potentially losing money on your home because of the fact that you have to suddenly sell it so quickly. In that respect, you're losing money on both sides. If the time clause is invoked, as I said before, it is very unlikely that you can secure a firm sale of your own home within the 48 hours given, so you will most likely have to back out of the purchase, cancel your own listing, and start over. This can happen multiple times before you manage to secure both deals. And that's really stressful, isn't it? I would think so. So what should you do? In most cases, for the reasons that I listed just before, it makes the most financial sense to sell your home first. Trying to purchase within a subject to sale clause can be difficult even at the best of times, and your offer will not be as appealing to the sellers. If there are competing offers, your offer will not be likely to win unless your price is significantly higher than the others to offset the risk. So, to mitigate the risk to yourself, request a longer completion date. You can often ask for upwards of 3 months before your sale completes. Once your sale is secure, you have those 3 months to find your perfect home. So those 3 months you want on your side so that you've got time to hunt around for your next. Because you have a firm sale lined up for your home, you can write offers on your next purchase with confidence that your financing will be secured and your budget, which in turn allows you to write a lower offer on your next home. You've got a lot more negotiating power, especially if you no longer need a subject to financing. If you're not looking for a very unique property, it's best to start viewing homes before you're listing your own home. Just to give yourself an idea, I like to call it window shopping. There's nothing wrong with window shopping. It could even be fun. And the more you know before you need to know it, the better off you are. If you know exactly what you're looking for, you're 300 steps ahead of everybody else that's still humming and hawing. I guarantee it. As a general rule of thumb, if you can find 2 to 3 homes that you love now, then you will find another home that you love over the next few months before your own home sells, or within those 3 months after it sells. There's always something available at some point. On top of that, if you are truly worried about not being able to find another home before the deal on your own home closes, there is also a seller subject that you can put into your listing contract that essentially says that the deal won't close unless you find a new home yourself. So it's not a subject to sale, it's a seller subject that essentially says that you need to secure your own next purchase so that you do have somewhere to go before that buyer can count on your home. Now, that does sometimes hurt some offers on your home, so that does have to be considered carefully as well. I'll probably make a whole separate video on that at some point, but for now, I just did want to mention it here because it is sort of a nice in-between if not being able to find something else is a really big concern for you. But if you've got a good agent, believe me, your agent is turning over every single stone to find you that property within the time frame. It's extremely rare that it happens where someone sells their home and then they don't find another one, no matter what the market is doing. There's always something out there unless you're looking for an absolute unicorn, which most people aren't. So you're quite safe. It's a very minimal risk. People get afraid of it, but it's not a big deal. In summary, subject to sale clauses can be helpful if you're in no rush and you would really like to avoid stress. It can be daunting to sell your home when you don't know where you're going to end up next. Just be aware that it's a much longer process in the end, especially when the market is busy. There is the possibility that you have to write offers on 2 to 3 homes or more before everything works out in your favor, and you'll also possibly have to pay more for the purchase and sell your home for less money in the end to rush a quick sale. I hope you found this video helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions, and if moving to the Chilliwack area is something that you've been thinking about for a long time, but you don't really know where to start, subject to sale and everything else aside, please feel free to follow the link in the description. I have made a special relocation guide especially for you. It's got all the information you could possibly consider needing regarding the city of Chilliwack and relocating to this beautiful slice of paradise. Just follow the link, fill out the information that's requested, and that guide should head straight to you. Have a great day, stay warm, stay safe, stay chilly, whatever your fancy, and I'll see you next week. Have a great day. Bye-bye.